On tonight's Rotary Global Hunting, Miss Hunter Germany is in the Chilterns with Service UK. Helga is on the hunt for her very first muntjac as she embarks on her first British hunt. The Chilterns are well known to us here at Team RTV, and Service UK's Owen Beardsmore has provided us with plenty of quality hunting in that area. However, this week he's got a very special guest with him as Helga Wimmer, Miss Hunter Germany herself, joins him in the Chilterns.
Hi there, my name's Owen Beardsmore from Service UK and we're here in the Chilterns. It's March time. I'm just at the back end of my deer cull. Over stalking with me this week is Helga Wimmer from Austria. How are you, Helga? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you
I first
again.
met Helga on a wild boar trip, one of my organised trips to Czech Republic. Helga was over shooting wild boar. She'd never been to the UK or England before, so she said she'd like to come over. So she's over for a few days to try and get her first muntjac buck. Perhaps shoot some fallow, because you haven't shot fallow either, have you? No. So, and we've dropped onto some nice weather. So before we do anything, with all my clients or anybody that's coming out stalking with me, I have to do the shooting test. So I'm going to ask Helga to take 3 shots at 100 metres at a 10 centimetre circle, so she knows that my gun is on and we can get out to the forest. It's the Basque shooting test is what I use really, which is 100 metres, 3 shots, 10 centimetre circle. I know my gun's on myself, but I need Helga to check that she knows it's on. It's very windy down here, and my target's blowing around a little bit, but I'm very happy with the shots. She pulled the second shot, but the 2 ones are in. All 3 are within a 10 centimetre circle, so we can get ourselves out into the woods and try and get to your first muntjac.
Yeah,
okay?
Let's go.
Wonderful.
The next morning, Helga and Owen are out before dawn to get into a high seat. Muntjac are notorious for moving during first and last light. If you want to bag a munty, you've got to be up early. The sun isn't up, but there's something moving in the woods, although it's too dark for a shot.
Have a look through the scope so you can see everything's got, He was here between the 2 trees and he was looking at us and he's gone back in, but I don't think he knows what we are.
As the light begins to lift, Owen checks the wind is right and there's a heavy gust blowing at their faces. Perfect. Before the sun has peaked over the horizon, there's movement ahead and there's a nice little muntjac buck feeding on the forest floor. In the low light, the muntjac hasn't seen them, so Helga has plenty of time to get him in her sights and wait for a good, clean broadside shot. Owen gives him a peep and he looks up. Broadside. Perfect again. Helga shoots and the muntjac drops on the spot. A good, clean kill.
Oh yeah. Got it. Oh my god. First muntjac. Oh great.
He was the one when we arrived. He was already there, and I think he just saw us getting up the seat and he went back in. He came all the way back up here to try and get our wind, but our wind's this way, so he didn't come far enough. He's turned around, gone back up and just waited, and he's just come out back on the right on that food. So
but that was a quick shot, because I was like, wait, and then
wow.
he said shot, but then he wanted to leave.
Yeah, That's why I just gave him a little squeak just to square him up. But yeah, let's give it 5 minutes because there might be a doe comes out. So we'll give it 5 minutes.
It's barely light, and already Helga has a deer on the ground.
Normally this is just a lovely ride that the keeper feeds on, but we had some really bad storms in January, and lots of trees come down, and you can see it's closed away now. So.
But you don't have much time because
No.
it's small.
They're not like a roe deer. They're always busy around the territory, and they're a little bit nervous. So a roe deer will come out and put his head down and feed. Muntjac, they never do it. So they'll come out and feed for a few seconds, and then they'll go back in. And the bullet did good. I use a Hornady SST bullet, 150 grain, and when you shoot it absolutely correctly with a muntjac, he doesn't know you're there, so he's not full of adrenaline. He's dead on the spot, you know. So that was a great shot. So well done.
Helga and Owen wait a little longer. By using a moderator, they haven't disturbed the peace in the woods, and there's a good chance something else may appear in the clearing. A little later, and a group of young fallow come across the ride and begin to feed. As they move carefully through the forest, they aren't aware of Helga and Owen. Owen gives them a whistle, and they look up. Helga takes a shot, and it goes straight down. It kicks a bit, but it soon passes. Helga readies for a second shot at the fallow group, but they've bolted.
They're away. So that's a typical situation with a piece of woodland like this. Is we haven't been in here for probably a month. I've been feeding these rides. I've carried on feeding them when the gamekeeper's been feeding them throughout the and the deer. It's the real just before everything starts to reshoot, all the green tips come back out. So they want to eat, and we took a muntjac, and 10 minutes after getting up the high seat, and then 20 minutes later, there's a group of young fallow deer come through, and on the next ride to it, you shot that perfectly as well, so that's great. So.
They head down to examine the quarry, and I was very happy with the shot in the fallow.
Okay, so we've been up the high seat 10 minutes. We pushed a muntjac off the ride, and he came back, and we've shot him over there. We waited up the seat another 15-20 minutes, and then a group of fallow have come through these briars straight onto where I'm feeding, so absolutely perfect for us. We've got two in the bag. Let's have a look where you've shot it, Helga. So number 10, just behind the shoulder like I asked you to do.
Yeah.
Let's come straight through. If we just turn him over, it was slightly angled, so I expect, yeah, it's come out through the shoulder, but absolutely perfect. And you could see the reaction to the bullet. They didn't know we were here, not charged up, not full of adrenaline, absolutely knocked it down flat. So well done, perfect. Game dealer's going to be really happy with that one.
First fallow deer.
Really?
Yes.
Oh well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
First English fallow deer.
Yeah.
So this is a yearling doe, so just what we needed. And let's go and have a look at the muntjac. So here's your first English
Yes.
muntjac buck. Well done
So
again.
happy.
Great shot, Helga, number 10.
Thank you.
Perfect there, 308. Again, just dropped him on the spot, just as we'd hoped for. Just have a look at the exit.
Wow. Yeah.
Straight out, just caught the shoulder, but on a muntjac, really, I'm only really interested in the back haunches,
Yeah.
the back strap. This is all just
So
for...
exactly did what you told me.
Yeah, absolutely. Did a great job. Young buck, so just growing his first head, coming out onto the food. So you'll see, Helga, he's just growing his first canine teeth. This is what this deer's famous for. He'll grow 2 or 3 centimetre canine teeth, and he uses these to fight other bucks.
Okay.
This is just a yearling, so and you can see his scent glands here a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he marks his territory with.
Yeah.
You'll see them come out and walk along the edge of the territory, and they get little sticks and branches, and they like mark it with a waxy
Quite interesting.
secretion. Yeah. Very territorial.
Okay.
Okay, so Helga's over hunting with us from Austria. And as is tradition in the Germanic countries, we give the animal respect and give it its last right. So this is done by placing a branch in the mouth to give it its last food. And Basher doesn't eat it. Put it in there. Weidman style with your first fallow deer. Well done.
Thank you so much.
And Weidman style with your first muntjac. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Right, let's get these loaded up and we'll go and shoot some more hopefully.